Meet Cytachain, the world's most innovative crypto ecosystem. Cytachain simplifies DeFi for mainstream users and seamlessly integrates crypto into everyday life. Discover the endless possibilities with Cytachain's Layer 0 blockchain. Go and check them out, cytachain.com.
From meme to utility, Floki has it all. NFT metaverse game called Valhalla. Floki University, DeFi, charity, and shopping. Floki is governed by the people, for the people. Floki, together there is no stopping us.
Lattice is a Layer 2 network powering the next generation of decentralized applications. Everything we need all in one. Permissionless, frictionless, and boundless. Go and check them out. Metis.io.
Have you ever wanted to invest in real estate but never had the means to do it before? With Credify, your opportunity has arrived. With as little as $100, you can tap into a whole new world of reliable loans backed by a range of real-world assets, including real estate, future receivables, and more.
Morning, lovely people. Jimmy here. We have Razun here as well. Hey, Razun, how are you doing, my buddy?
Hello. Great to be here, man.
Yeah, me too. There's so much to discuss. I know you have some TPO magic to show on the Bitcoin chart. I have something to share as well. A lot of things happened actually in the last few days. Actually, it's funny how Bitcoin touched all-time high not so long time ago. Actually, a few days ago. And then it actually declined, and there was some kind of depression, like a mini depression in the market. And I often tell people in this market environment, in this bull market, in this bull cycle, people are going to witness a lot of bear markets. There is this PTSD. People, they are kind of wired in such a way that they see the negatives, but they don't see the positives. It's really clear. I know, Razun, you would agree with me as well, and I think everyone should agree here with me that the primary trend is just a very nice uptrend. And we also know that is the Bitcoin easily prints 20, 30, even 40% corrections on its way up. And it actually, it always amazes me how many people were liquidated in the last few days. So my general thesis, I shared in the Bitcoin report in our Discord community members. They have access to this Bitcoin report. It's, by the way, for free. It will always stay for free. I make one, and Adrian CryptoBurp makes one. BC Richfield makes one. Every day there's a fresh, up-to-date Bitcoin report. A while ago, I explained that this gray box would be actually my first point of interest, and then this box, and then this box. But it amazes me here in this chart that the bulls are quite strong, and they did their best to defend this level. Honestly, my expectation was that we would breach actually this gray box, this first gray box, and take out the lows here, but it didn't happen. And I consider this as a form of strength, especially if I combine this with the Biblicator Pro. So this is basically the baseline. I know you are very familiar with the baseline, Razun, maybe more than I do. And if I add here even the current time frame trader, it signaled here again a bull signal basically. So the Biblicator Pro was quite accurate here. Here it told us, hey, it's there is a high probability that we could go down, and down we went. And here Biblicator Pro is actually signaling a an uptrend, and up we went. And probably this might be the first shift in market structure. What I also like from Bitcoin and what it did in the recent days is we had a pretty strong bullish divergence on many of the oscillators. So the way how I often use or measure divergences is by utilizing the Biblicator Pro. I'm going to make it less messy for the audience by disabling other features. So this is basically a double negative or double bearish divergence, and it played out very well. I see divergences on the 12th hour when the primary trend is to the upside as a warning for us that there might be a dip and that we should prepare ourselves for the dip. I'm comfortably positioned in to Bitcoin, and I do expect some continuation, at least revisiting the all-time high around 73.5K. uh, I'm not really willing to add more to my Bitcoin portfolio, as I believe that I'm, well positioned there. There is the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, and I know we talked about this last time. What I like, and maybe a lot of people they will dislike this, is Ethereum is actually uh, um, underperforming against Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So some people they will maybe ask me, well, maybe why do you like that? Well, I like this because it suggests that there is a potential for a reversal for Ethereum to catch up with Bitcoin. um, it's very clear it kind of in a downtrend, but I like this base that's forming here in that around this gray box, suggesting that it doesn't really want to go lower. And I like this, especially
Mm.
this week candle, which is not closed, of course, but it's all everything what I'm seeing here. There is some how do you call it, like some whipsawing here around the baseline, but everything what I'm seeing here is a potential reversal. Also, the RSI is still making here like higher lows, while this is kind of if you would measure the the candles here, not much is happening here. Actually, it's just some kind of consolidation. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's really what I like from Ethereum.
There is actually one thing that actually comes to the eye pretty quickly, and that's the volume. I mean, look at the volume. It's literally dead on
Yeah,
Ethereum compared to BTC.
yeah,
That's very interesting. I didn't really know that this is probably the one of the important reasons that we don't get the pump that we're looking for on ETH,
yeah.
because everyone is just kind of caring about BTC currently.
Yeah,
And
that's a really good point. I think like the ETF, the Ethereum ETF narrative still needs to fully manifest. Not a lot of people are talking about it. I think it's mainly now when it comes to
mm,
narratives, the halving narrative, which will happen in less than 1 month. And I should just like what I think, and based on the charts and the fundamentals, is that after the halving, we might see a dump. Why? Because I truly believe that the halving cannot be priced in, because halving is a mechanism. It will only start after the halving event. But the hype that has been built up, that's something that is priced in. And the
mhm,
hype, there's no hype when once the halving has been initiated. Just like with the Bitcoin ETF, we've seen and witnessed a quite significant drop. I think it was like a 21% drop, if I'm not wrong, here. It
mhm.
jumped from here to here. This is actually when the ETF started. So
Yes.
the hype of the ETF, the Bitcoin ETF, it died out here. So hence the dip, and then we saw a continuation. And I honestly, from a market psychology perspective, I suspect maybe something similar, but then with a halving.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Maybe if they could do something to lower the transaction fees, it would be great as well. I paid like
Oh yeah,
$35 yesterday, but
yeah, that's so
yeah,
true. I really hate to swap on Uniswap, SushiSwap, or on Ethereum actually. It's just not worth it, unless you play with a lot of money, like ten thousands of dollars, then a swap is maybe worthwhile. My workaround right now is, if the coin is listed on a centralized exchange, I just send it to a centralized exchange. I'm happy to pay the $15 gas fee and then sell it on the centralized exchange, because just the swapping would cost
Oh
me
yeah.
$150. It's just not worthwhile. It's stupid, actually. But what's not stupid is the real world asset narrative. I'm quite a big fan of it last year already, and the years before, actually. But now it really comes into and now we really see the strength it gets, especially now. The BlackRocks of the world are also really interested in the real world asset, and they do see this as a something that could be a big thing in the future. So it's no coincidence that coins like Rio, which is one of the OG when it comes to real world assets, and Token, by the way, one of our partners, are doing really well. And I know I have a lot of followers who are into Rio. What I'm seeing here at Rio is, um, this is like a really beautiful uptrend, and I like this consolidation phase here. The consolidation phase here, we set like a base here to go up. We have set the base here to go up even more. And in my opinion, the path of least resistance, let me delete this Fibonacci because it's not relevant, is heading towards the all-time high of 2021, and then we might see continuation to the upside. I believe Rio, the chart looks really good, but there's also the narrative. So there are a lot of fundamentals for serious real world assets to you know to um, to go higher. So here is Token. I like this chart as well. In my opinion, it looks pretty organic, lovely price action, lovely retests, and now it's actually in discovery phase. And I always like it when a coin has no resistance, but it also begs the question, who is in profit? So a lot of people are actually in profit. Everyone is in profit. Um, this makes me always a little bit concerning. So everyone wants to be a part of the trend. I'm not saying, when things are going up, you should, close your winners. This is definitely a winner. But if this is like a winner where it is in a price discovery, although the market cap is kind of still low compared with the big boys, this is often a good place to take some profit. So if you were one of the lucky ones, and I called this one also on Discord, you bought it, back in November, and it did some nice multipliers. This is on Qcoin. It was first only available on DEXs, if I'm not mistaken, or a few DEXs, centralized exchanges. If you made some few multipliers, don't be stupid and just take a little bit of profit. If you did like 3-4 multipliers, at least take out your initial investment and some profit. Well, that's it for me, actually. I know, Razun, you have some good stuff to share as well. Looking forward to that, mate.
Yeah. So let me. Can you add my chart?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. I can always add it. Always.
Great. Okay. So um to be totally honest, I was a little bit concerned about what Bitcoin is doing, and I want to go through my thought process, which and talk about the possibilities and stuff. So if you go on, I am a pretty simple guy, right? I'm a pretty simple trader. What I do like to see in a bull market, that we're actually making new all-time highs and stuff like that. I like to see this. Okay, this is what I like to see. Okay, and each one of these retraces gets bought out, and we never really go back into this range. Okay, but what Bitcoin actually did here was a little bit concerning for me, that I was looking for this type of situation, and we went lower than this level. Okay, of course, in the next day we engulfed it like strongly, and we went up. But yeah, this was a sign of weakness for me that I wasn't really expecting. But another thing to add is is the TPO. Now, I know this chart might look a little bit scary, but it's really not. It's really not. It's a very simple thing if you understand the basics. As a matter of fact, I'm recording a course on TPO and volume profile right now. It's going to be out in about 1 week or so for the members, of course. And I'm going to talk about everything in detail there. But for now, to give you a quick like glance of what's happening here, each one of these profiles is 1 week. Okay, so this is 1 week. Okay, and we have two profiles. One is the volume profile, another one is the TPO profile. Okay, of course I don't want to go into the details that what they exactly are, but they show the levels of interest for market participants, and um, if we are actually trading inside the value area or not. The value area is this darker area. It means that 70% of the volume has been traded inside this level. Okay, and one of the concerns that I had and I still have is that this is the all-time high profile. Okay, let me just mark it red like this. This is the all-time high profile. Okay, very huge volume has been traded. We made a new all-time high, and this is the profile that we got. And the problem is that we're currently traded below the value area. Okay, so if the value area is this darker area, okay, this is exactly the value area, and we're currently trading below it. Okay, so the value area low is acting as resistance, as you can see right here. We got like about a 2% rejection just a couple of hours ago off of it, and I was honestly expecting it to go back inside the value area when we were around here, but it didn't, and we actually went a little bit lower, like 10% lower. Right now, it's like BTC has to decide if we want to continue going up. But if not, I think we need to start looking for lower targets, and a bigger retrace is coming. As long as we're below this level. Okay, now that's basically, and the reason that I expect the value area not to be broken, the value area low, is because it's assumed that we're in a bull market, and in a bull market we don't really want to lose the value area of the previous session, especially a weekly session, a weekly period. Okay, now the good thing, and the thing that I looked at it today, and it was a little bit like a little bit good news today, was that we actually found acceptance inside this local range. So this is the range that Jimmy showed you, right? This was your
Yeah.
range low, right? So something like this, and this is the all-time high. So this is basically the range. And you can see the range that you showed was correct me if I'm wrong, it was this one, right?
Yeah, indeed, exactly that one.
So this is exactly in confluence with the value area low of the range profile, right? And this is basically what you can see, the ranges that I use in every single chart that I post. But yeah, you see that we got the deviation out of the value area. We come inside, we retested it, I mean, to the perfection, and currently it's at the point of control. Okay, now the probability of such a thing happening is that when we make a deviation out of the value area, okay, usually want to go and check the other extreme. So the value area high is the most important level for me. I can show you an example. If I flip this chart, okay, you see the exact like opposite scenario. We made a deviation, we come inside, retested it, and went to the other extreme, right? So this is exactly the opposite situation. If you flip the chart, so I was talking about here, right? Deviation, retest, and the other side. So right now I'm looking at the value area low high, sorry, and there is a huge confluence there, and that's the psychological level at 70K. Okay, usually people care about these levels, especially when they're putting like limit orders, right? Drill, right, Jimmy? It's the
Yeah,
psychology always. Yeah, you want to sell at
people like,
70, right? Of course.
yeah, people are anchored to round numbers generally. Although it
Yeah,
doesn't make sense, but it's human nature. It's so true.
yeah. So this is the most important level that I'm watching. Of course, we also have a volume gap right here, which suggests that if we actually find acceptance above and flip it into support, we can easily go and make a new all-time high. Um, but yeah, this is my thoughts on about the TPO and the current range that we're trading on. Of course, on lower time frames, these are the liquidation levels, that the indicator that I shared for the members exclusively, and these are the levels that I shared beforehand when we were somewhere around here. I shared that, guys, these are the liquidations levels that are acting as magnet for the price, and you can see how they reacted. We took them up and went to the other, like sell side liquidity and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
yeah, this is the levels for the upside if you want. Here's one, and this is the more important one at 73 and probably new all-time high.
yeah,
So yeah, this is my analysis on BTC so far.
yeah. That's a really
Uh,
beautiful one, based on TPO and a volume profile. I love that. Yeah, beautiful session, ladies and gentlemen. We did it for you. If you like this video, hit the like button. Also, if there's any chart you want us to, any coin you want us to chart, let us know as well. We read every comment, even from trolls. We don't care. We like comments. If you're a troll, comment. If you're not a troll, which is good, also comment. Happy to see your comment and happy to address the things you guys want us to address. So leave a comment, ladies and gentlemen. Let's call this a call. Let's call this a beautiful recording. See you guys the next time. Bye bye.
See you.